Hi everybody, welcome to yoga tonight, 5:45 Tuesday for SunWater Spa. My name is Susan Searle and we're going to do just a mixed flow tonight. So I hope that you can join me either now live or maybe later on for this practice. So let's begin by coming onto our mats. So just take a comfortable seat, close your eyes for a moment. Taking just an opportunity to prepare yourself for your practice. So just sit with your eyes closed for a minute while we kind of let everybody gather. I check all the messages that people are sending me about this, making sure. All right. I see I've got some friends watching and playing yoga doing yoga along with me, so awesome. So let's take a comfortable seat. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath in and out. Good. Let's open our practice with a chant of Om. So we're going to bring our palms together at our heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling through your mouth. And then inhale for Om. Om. And then releasing your hands down onto your knees, opening up your eyes. All right. So tonight I thought we'd do a chakra practice. I know many of you probably have done that before, but we'll just not as maybe as detailed as if you were in a workshop, but we'll do at the end. I'll go through a chakra meditation, and throughout class maybe talk about some of the different chakra, the energy centers within our body. So I was watching one of my favorite teachers, Sean Corn. She's been doing classes on Sunday morning, and one of the classes that she was talking about was that right now we're in root chakra, if you will. Like root chakra is your first chakra, and it's the chakra of survival. And it's true, I really hadn't thought about it until she said that, but we're all living in this survival mode, if you will. And so living out of our root chakra. So doing a lot of grounding things like yoga can be very helpful at this time. So let's come on over onto our hands and knees. And just start to move through a couple of cat and cow. Lift and lower your back. Just can feel a stretch. And then start to move your cat and cow forward and back. So when you come back, you're going to tuck your tailbone and bring your tailbone almost down to your feet. Stretch your low back. And then come forward. Let your chest come through your arms. So take a few times back and forth, cat and cow, but adding this element of moving forward and back. And as with all of my classes, you work to the best of your ability and let your energy level determine how you want to practice tonight. So if you're feeling a little bit tired, it's always okay to drop into child's pose. Always okay to hang out in a pose longer than what I'm saying. If you've got extra energy tonight, I'm happy to provide you with some different options that you can play around with. But it's your practice, and I know people say that all the time, but I really do mean that. You need to listen to your body and your energy level, your emotional level, and even where you are in your practice. So just because, somebody's doing a more advanced pose doesn't mean you need to do that, particularly if you're brand new to your yoga practice. Now let's drop our hips all the way down into child's pose. Walk our hands forward and come down. Pausing for a moment here in our child's pose. Just setting our intention for our practice. Let this be a grounding place for us. So yes, we recognize that we are in a mode of survival, but there's also a sense of we're going to be okay. And just to let that lead us through our practice today. Good. So then lightly grip the ground with your fingers. Pull yourself forward. Lay your belly onto the floor. Good. So let's take cobra pose. So cobra is a snake. So squeeze your legs together like you have a snake tail. Hug your elbows back. Pull your low belly up. And then inhale and rise up into your cobra. And then release. Let's do that again. Inhale and lift up. And exhale, release. One more time to wake up our back. We're going to inhale, lift up. And exhale, release. Good. Now turn your toes, push off the ground. Find your first downward facing dog this evening. So you can adjust your feet, maybe walk them a little closer if you like. Bend your knees. And then push your hands into the ground and reach your hips way up. I like to start with really bent knees, more probably than you actually would, just because it gives you a little buoyancy, a little movement here. So you don't have to be quite so rigid. And then with the knees bent, let your hips sway side to side. Stretch them over to the right. Stretch them over to the left. Enjoying that movement. And then come back into the center. Shift forward to plank pose. Bring your shoulders past your wrists. If this is too much, you're going to put your knees on the ground. Otherwise, lift your belly up, holding strong right here. Take an inhale. On your exhale, everything lowers at the same time. So knees, chest, and chin all come to the floor. Legs come together. Inhale, cobra. Hold your pose for a moment. Take your shoulders up to your ears, back and down. Hug your elbows in. Now squeeze your legs together and then reach out through your big toes. Pull your low belly up and release. Everything comes down to the ground. Push off the floor. Find your downward facing dog. Roll through your body. Big stretch. Big breath. Open your mouth, sigh it out. You're here, you've arrived on your mat. Sometimes that's the hardest part, just getting to the practice. But you're here, you've made that commitment. So now enjoy your time here. Good, so let's walk our feet to the top of our mat. Take a forward fold. Just hang over, shake your head yes and no a few times. And then pull your belly up. Inhale, roll yourself up. Inhaling, come all the way up. Stretch tall, lift up. Good. Interlace your fingers. Pull your belly in and then lean over to your right side. Take a half moon stretch. Keep your chin working off your chest. And then inhale, lift. Let's come over to the other side. Pull your ribs in. And then come on over and stretch. That feels nice. And then lift up, big swan dive, come all the way down. Wrap your arms around your legs. So you hug yourself in, pull in, knees bent. And then relax your arms, let them just float down to the floor. Pull your low belly up, inhale, and rise up. Come all the way up. Take your hands to your heart. Exhale, fold right here. Pause just for a moment. All right, we're going to move through. I'm going to rotate different sides so you can kind of follow along, but just listen to my voice. Don't worry about trying to mirror me exactly. So we're going to step to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms up, big stretch. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, take a halfway lift, head forward, belly up. Exhale and fold. Step your feet back into plank pose. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhale, find your cobra. Roll up, shoulders down, elbows bent. And then release. Push off the ground, downward facing dog. Good, stay right here in your downward dog for a couple of breaths. Breathe through the nose. Long, steady breath. All right, so let's lift the right leg up behind you. Just take a moment to stretch it up high. Don't worry so much about alignment, but more of just to find the stretch. Lift the leg way up. You can bend your knee or roll your hip, roll your ankle. Just find some movement. Just stretch the leg up. And then dropping the hip down so it's level with your left hip. So you want your right toes to point to the ground. You can actually look underneath your body and look at your big toe on your right foot. Point it down toward the ground. Reach your heel back. Pull your ribs into your body. Good, now begin to shift forward. So you're going to come up onto the toes of your left foot. Shift forward, shoulders over your wrists. Start to bend your right leg. When you get about halfway, find cat pose. Lift your spine up. And then try to step your foot right between your hands. Now, if you can't get it there, use your right hand to help you. Let your left knee come down onto the ground. And just hold this lunge for a moment. So hug your legs together, shoulders down your back. And just feel the sensation in your left hip. Just giving an opportunity to open your hip flexor. And with an inhale, we're going to rise up. You can either leave your hands on top of your leg, or if you'd like, you can lift them all the way up. If you come all the way up, arms are slightly in front of your forehead. And then it's like you're pulling your ribs in and then lifting everything up. Like you're unplugging your hips. Lift them up off your hips. Take a breath here. And on your exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Framing your right foot. And then step back into downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. And then just take a moment to explore. Reach the leg up. Find some space in your hip. Move any way that feels nice. And then squaring the hip, dropping it down. Look through and underneath. So left toes point towards the floor, heel up, reach that heel back. Pull ribs into your body. Now look right between your hands, because that's where you want your foot to land. Start to shift forward, find your cat pose, lift your spine, and step your foot. Good, finding your lunge, hug your inner thighs towards each other. And then let the back knee come down onto the ground. Taking a little deeper stretch into your right hip flexor. And then we'll lift up. So you can leave your hands on the top of your thigh, or if you like, come all the way up. Squeezing the palms together, lift the ribs up. Another inhale, and on your exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step back into downward facing dog. So we're going to build on this. Let's inhale forward into plank pose. Exhale either all the way to the floor, or if you prefer chaturanga, just try to keep your shoulders higher than your elbows. So you don't want to drop your shoulders down low. Keep them up. Use your toes, push forward, and come into upward dog. Upward dog, thighs are off the floor, knees are off the floor. Too much in your low back, you're going to stay on the ground and take a cobra. You don't have to lift this high either. Your cobra could look something like this. So wherever feels nice in your back. Again, everybody's built a little bit differently. We're all different places in our practice. So find one that feels good for you. Inhale again, and exhale, release down. Turn your toes, push off the ground, downward facing dog. Stretch back. Full deep breath, reaching your hips back. All right, let's take the right leg. Inhale, lift it up to the sky. This time on your exhale, you're going to step right between your hands. Let the back knee come down. Inhale, scoop your hands back. So you're like making a big arch. Lift up. And then exhale. Bring your hands to the ground. Now put some weight into your right leg. Kick your left leg up to standing splits. Stretch. Hold it right there. Does not matter how high your leg is. It could just be a few inches off the ground, or it could be up a little higher, or maybe you're straight up. Who knows? Wherever you are is great. But I do want you to pay some attention to your right hip. It likes to stick out to the right. So I want you to take your right hip in and point your tailbone straight back. Pull your belly up and just play with your standing splits for a moment. Putting some weight into your right leg. Take another inhale, maybe reach a little higher with the left leg. Exhale, step back into a lunge. Good, slide the right foot back, come into plank pose. Exhale, lower either chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Hold that for a moment. Watch that you don't throw your head back in this pose. You want to keep your chin nice and neutral, chest open, elbows soft. Now, from the lowest part of your belly, pull up and let that action carry you up and back into downward dog. Left leg, inhale, reaches up. On your exhale, step right between your hands. Let your right knee come onto the ground. Sweep your hands back. Inhale, lift up. Low lunge. Exhale and release. Putting some weight into your left foot. Kick. You got to use some strength to get that leg up there. Right leg lifts. Good. So now notice your left hip. I know it likes to get lazy and stick out to the side. So tuck it back and in. Hug your inner thighs together. Now reach your right leg up as high as you can go. Inhale a breath. On your exhale, step back nice and easy into a lunge. Slide the left foot back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right here, find your breath. Breathe. All right, let's move through that again. Right leg, inhale, up. On your exhale, step right between your hands. Left knee down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, standing split. Put some weight into the right leg. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, gentle step back. Runner's lunge. Right knee over your right heel. Take another inhale. Sweep your hands back again. Rise up into crescent. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Slide the right leg back and lower through your vinyasa. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up to the sky. Step between your hands. Right knee down, sweep back. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands down. Weight into the left foot. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, gentle step back. Lunge, squeeze your legs together. Sweep back, inhale, open up, crescent. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot back and lower. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's build. Inhale, right leg lifts. On your exhale, step between your hands. Knee down, sweep back, inhale, open up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Standing splits, inhale, lift up. Exhale, gentle step back into a lunge. Inhale, sweep up into crescent. Exhale, you're going to take a bow here. Hands are going to come back. Hold it right here. Pull your right hip underneath you. Aim the front of your right kneecap straight forward. Pull your belly and ribs up into your body. Breathe. Good. Sweep the arms up, inhaling. Exhale, hands to the floor. Pull the leg back. Move through your vinyasa. Just means to lower either to the floor or not. And then back into downward dog. Always an option to skip those and just come to downward dog, or maybe take a child's pose. Left leg reaches up, inhale. On your exhale, step right between your hands. Right knee down, arms sweep back, inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Push into the left foot, inhale, standing splits. Exhale, step back. Inhale, sweep up, crescent. Exhale to bow. Lean your head forward, tuck your left hip in. Aim the front of your left kneecap straight forward. Belly braced. Good, now inhale, reach up, hands to the ground, move through your vinyasa, or again, skip it if it's getting a little too much for you tonight. Downward facing dog. Stay right here, take a couple of breaths, or maybe drop to your knees and find a child's pose. Doing a lot of movement. So again, let this be your practice. If you need a break, take a break. I'm actually gonna get a little more upbeat. All right, let's flow some more. You ready? If not, it's fine. Stay in downward dog or stay in child's pose for a couple more breaths. All right, let's come back into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. On your exhale, step between your hands. Take the knee down. Sweep back. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Inhale to standing splits. Exhale, step back into a lunge. Inhale to crescent. Exhale to bow. Stay here, or inhale, back leg lifts up. Find your scale pose. So in scale pose, toes towards the floor in that back foot. Reach the heel back, just like we did earlier in our downward dog. Right hip, backing in, ribs up. Good, take a breath here. And then bend the knee and start to lower your toes back to the floor. Inhale, lift up, but this time, when you come into your crescent, straighten the front leg. And then fold, both legs straight. If this is too much, you can bring your hands to your shin or take your hand on the top of two books or blocks or whatever you have nearby, finding a pyramid pose. So if it's possible, put both heels on the ground, tuck your right hip in, and then lower your chest. Kind of putting some weight into your hands. Sweep the right leg all the way up behind you. Shift forward. You have an option here of leaving that right leg up, or if you want, you can put it on the ground. But we're going to move through our vinyasa. Come forward, lower down, lifting up into cobra, downward facing dog. Exhale. Left leg, inhale, lifts up. On your exhale, step between your hands. Right knee down. Sweep back. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, weight into the left leg. Right leg lifts, standing splits. Exhale, step back. Inhale, sweep up into crescent. Exhale, lean forward. Stay here, or inhale, float the leg up. Exhale, release the toes to the floor. Inhale, lift up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, hands come down, pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine here. Reach the head out. Exhale and fold. Weight into your hands. Slide the left leg back and up. Shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open your heart up. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Right leg lifts. Step between your hands. Knee down on the left. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift to standing splits. Exhale, come on back into lunge. Inhale, big sweep up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, lifting the leg up to float and balance. Exhale, toes to the ground. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Put the heel down on the back leg. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, lift the head. Bend the right knee so you can sweep it up behind you. And then exhale, lower through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Step between your hands. Right knee down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, kick up to standing splits. Exhale, gentle step back. Inhale, rise up to crescent. Exhale, lean forward, bow. Inhale, float the back leg up. Exhale, gentle step. Inhale, lift up, straighten the front leg, put the back heel down, square the hips, and fold. Halfway lift, lengthen out, and fold. Inhale, lift the head, bend the knee, and scoop the left leg, up to the sky. Shift forward into your plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Downward facing dog. Pause. Breathe. Good. Shift forward to plank pose. Hold in plank too much. Knees on the ground, always a great option. Pull the ribs up. Hold strong right here. All right, yogi push-ups. I know you're missing them. Bend your elbows. We're going to lower down to chaturanga. If you're like, no, I can't do that, come down on the floor. All right, so wherever you are, either chaturanga or you're on the floor, you're going to push straight back up. Ready? Can we do some? Let's do it. Drop down, push up. Drop down, push up. Come on. Drop down, push up. 2 more. Drop down, push up. One more. Drop down. Push up, downward dog. Woo, stretch out your arms. Breathe. All right, right leg lifts up, inhale. On your exhale, step between your hands. Left knee down, sweep back, inhale. All right, let's change it up a little bit. Pull your ribs back, create space. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's twist. Pull your ribs back some more. Take your left elbow across the top of your right thigh. Bring your hands into prayer pose and take your twist. Good, so top hand pushes down to lift up. So we're not just hanging out here on the leg. We're lifting off the leg, trying to get this bottom rib off of the leg. And then here's your right hip. It's shooting out to the side. I know it is. Tuck it underneath you. Point it straight back. Hug your inner thighs together. Breathe. So this might be plenty of twists for you. If you're wanting to play a little bit more, let's work the shoulder to the outside of the knee. So you got to get more space. Pull the ribs back more. Can you get your shoulder to the outside? Start to work your left fingertips. Maybe even get your hand flat on the ground. Who knows? But just work your fingertips for now. That's good enough for me today. And then maybe this arm lifts. If I'm pinching though in my back, I'm just going to leave my hand right here on my hip. But if you can lift it up, find the big wings. Take your big stretch. Inhale, reach through your right fingers. Exhale, untwist. Hold right here. Breathe. All right, weight into the right foot. Lift up for your standing splits. Stretch. Just for fun, bend your left leg. Maybe take your right hand, search around. It's there. Find your foot. Oh, there it is. And then start to lift the toes up towards the ceiling. Top of your head points straight down, and you're using your left hand for balance. Keep working your right hip in, because I know it wants to stick out. Pull it back and in. Letting go, and then gently step back. Lunge. Sweep up, crescent. Twisting again, hands to your heart, just like we did on our knee. Now, if you're finding that's too big of a twist, this is always an option, okay? You don't have to come into that full twist if it's too much. If you want to take the full twist, create space, carving out space, pull belly back, pull ribs back so that you can hook to the outside of the knee if possible. Bend your right knee so you drop into that right hip back. Top hand pushes down so that you twist. And just like the last pose, if you want deeper, I usually take my hand here because it helps me to hold my thigh and get a deeper twist. So if I hold on, I can really kind of pull my ribs back, get a deeper twist, fingers to the ground, and open up. Now don't forget about your left foot. Reach the heel back. Keep the leg strong, unless your hamstring's like, oh, if it is, drop back down onto your knee. Inhale, reach through your fingertips on the right hand. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Catch your breath. Ooh, breathe right there. Turn around. Left leg. Here we go. Reach it up. Inhale. Step right between your hands. Right knee to the ground. Sweep the arms up. Ribs back. Twist your upper body and come over for your twist on the left side. Again, too much. This is an option. Good. Top hand pushes down. Pull your ribs back. Get a deeper twist. Maybe start to work. Hand to the ground. And the other arm up. It's hard to breathe in this pose, so if you're having a hard time, it's because you're all twisted up. It's totally fine. Do your best. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Untwist. Weight into your left leg. Standing splits. Reach the leg up. Stay here or bend the top leg. Use your left hand. Where's that foot? There it is. Maybe grab your ankle. It's a little easier to hold on to. And then start to kick the leg up. Drop your head down. Nice full breath. Inhale. And your exhale, we're letting go and stepping back into a lunge. Inhale, sweep up into crescent. Pull your ribs back and twist in your lunge. Reach out through your right heel. Feel your hips. Can you level your sacrum here? Top hand pushes down, lift up. If you want the bigger pose, reach right hand to the floor, left arm up. This is when I wish I could see you all, so I could tell you how to change your poses. Inhale, a big breath. Exhale and release. Step back into downward dog. Relax. If too much work here, drop down into child's pose. So for a teacher, it's hard not to see you because I can look around the class and I can say, oh, this hip needs to go back, or this person's leg, needs to go more to the right or more to the left, or this person can get more extension if they did this. So that's what I mean by change your pose. Not really change your pose, but help you adjust your pose. But not being able to see you makes that a little bit more challenging. So hopefully I'm giving you enough verbal cues that you can do that on your own. All right, let's give the arms a little bit more work. No, we're not going to do more push-ups. Don't worry. Shift forward, plank pose. So we're going to do Vashisthasana one-arm balance. You're going to put your right knee on the ground, shift onto the right side, and lift the left arm up. Good, so check your shoulder. You want it to be behind your wrist, not directly on top of it, but a little bit behind. Now, literally claw the floor. Use your fingertips here. That's going to give you stability. Here's a great place to stay. Here's a great option. Bottom leg out. Another option. Feeling a little more adventurous, maybe that top leg can come into a tree pose. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, maybe float the leg all the way up or grab your big toes. Can we do this tonight? Let's see. Stretch it up. Yeah. Feeling strong. Take an inhale and exhale, plank pose. Lower through chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. I'm going to switch sides. Left leg, here you go, reach it up. And then step between your hands. Come on, back into downward dog. Right leg, reach it up. Step between your hands. Come on back, downward dog. Now shift forward to plank pose. Come on to the left side. Knee down or not. Roll it over onto the side. Keep your hips lifting up. Claw your left hand into the ground. Maybe float the top leg up. Maybe remove the bottom leg. Maybe tree balance. Lifting your hips up. Being steady in your pose. Oh, maybe all the way up. A little wobbly here. And then reach it up. If you're like me, you're on carpet. little bit challenging. No excuses though, right? And then release down. Plank pose and lower. Taking a cobra or upward dog. Release. Let's take a belly shavasana. Fold your hands, put your forehead on the ground. Let go right there. All right, reach your hands along the side of your rib cage. Open up your knees so they're wider than your hips. Bring your toes together. Inhale and lift up for King Cobra. I love this pose. It feels really nice. But what you don't want to do is lift your hips off the floor. So keep your hips on the ground, elbows in, and then reach your head back. Like you're aiming the back of your head for your feet. Maybe you're touching your feet. Again, I can't see you, but that'd be awesome if you could touch your feet. What I don't want to do also is to crank your neck. So don't think about really pulling your chin up. Keep your chin level. Reach the back of your head. Elbows in. Inhale and release on your exhale. All right, bring your legs together. Reach your hands along the sides of your body. Press all 10 toes into the floor. Inhale, rise the upper body, but keep your feet on the ground. Can you keep your big toe on the floor? Can you keep your little toe on the floor? Spread your toes. Good. Inhale, maybe lift it a little bit higher and release. Make your belly shavasana again. You can turn your head to either side or stack your hands right on the center. Put your forehead down. Both are good. Just take a moment to relax your back. All right, let's do half bow. So we're going to leave our left arm in front just for balance. Bend your right leg, reach around and grab your foot. Let's grab the outside. And then you're just going to work your heel towards the outside of your hip. Working your foot to the outside, maybe one day getting your heel down onto the ground. We're going to lightly press into the forearm, lift your chest, and just take a half bow here. If you're wanting a little more shoulder work, you're going to flip this grip on your hand. So hand's going to come to the inside of your foot, and then you're going to wrap your fingers. I don't know if you can see us, but I'm going to wrap my fingers over the top of my foot while I rotate my elbow towards the ceiling. So my fingers come around like I could tickle the bottom of my foot. Elbow point straight up, and then you're gently working your heel to the outside of your hip. Now, here's where the work comes in. I'm looking at you, but I want you all to turn your chest forward and your shoulders square the best you can. Good, and then wherever you are, release. Find your belly shavasana again. All right, let's do the other side. Half bow, so right arm just out front for balance. Gonna reach back, grab hold of your left foot, and then just gently work that heel towards the outside of your hip. Should feel a good stretch in your quads. Those are those large muscles in the front of your thighs. All right, stay here or flip your grip. So hand comes to the inside of your foot. Wrap your fingers over the top of your toes like you're tickling the sole of your foot. Elbow up, and then gently press the top of your toes down so you're working that heel to the outside. Square your shoulders, square your chest to the front. Good. Inhale a breath. And exhale. Release. This time, push back into child's pose. Roll through your body. let your back relax. So putting your whole upper body on top of your thighs. All right, and then lift yourself up so you can turn your toes under. Walk yourself back so that you can sit onto your feet. So it's a good stretch for your feet. So all 10 toes turn under and you're sitting onto your heels. Now, if this is too much, you're going to leave your hands forward, take some of that weight out. But if you can sit all the way up, sit all the way up. Good. So the tendency is our heels flare out. So we're working our heels together. They don't have to be together, but that's the direction that we're working, is our heels together. It's a nice stretch for the feet. Let's add some upper body to that. Interlace your fingers, draw your arms up, pull your ribs back, and then lean over to your right side, just enough to feel a big side stretch. Chin off your chest. And then back up through the center. Let's do the other side. Ribs back, and then come on over. And release. Good. Hands down to the ground. And we're going to lift up. Take a small seed pose, or bija. So seed, make yourself as small as you can. Maybe your feet are flat on the ground. That's ideal. I can't get my heels on the ground, but maybe you can. But we're trying to get our heels down. Make yourself round. Maybe even take your hands off the floor and hug your shins. Really, again, looking for roundness in your spine. And then placing your hands on the ground. Take your knees to the outsides of your arms. Bend your elbows so they're pointing back towards your body. Grip the floor, just like we did in our arm balance, because we're going to do another arm balance here. So we've got to use the strength of our hands. You're going to shift forward. Can you get your toes to float off the floor for your bakasana, or your crow balance? And then placing your feet on the ground, walk them out a little bit wider. So you can come down into yoga squat. Leave your hands on the floor, or you can bring your hands up to your heart. Get that nice stretch for your low back. Nice. Now straighten your legs. Turn your toes and knees forward. Interlace your hands up behind your back. Let the neck feel long, so head just hangs. Now lift the knuckles up towards the ceiling, like you're unplugging your shoulders. Elbows soft, so not overly straightened. And then work your hands over towards the top of your head. So you can have your palms open or together, either way. But just what feels nice in your back. Or are you feeling a good stretch in your shoulders, in your hamstrings? Tipping that weight forward in your feet. Heels feel light. And then releasing your hands down onto the ground. And then wherever you are, come on down and take a seat. Turn so that you can see. So if you're sideways on your mat, you might want to come around to the front. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. And you're going to grab hold of your ankles, pull your feet in, press your feet together like they're pushing into each other. And then take 2 fingers, grab your big toes, and you're going to peel your big toes apart. But your heels are still pressing into each other. Let your knees open out. Now pull your ribs back. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, fold. Just reaching the crown of your head wherever you can comfortably go. Keep pulling the belly back, rounding your spine here. I know there's all different ways to do this. Sometimes you'll hear in a class, long spine, rounded spine. I usually try to go with what feels good in my body, so hopefully it feels good in yours too. But I feel like the ribs in really roots down through your tailbone, and it gives you a nice stretch in your lower back. If you can get your forearms on your shins or the outsides of your calves, you can actually push your legs down towards the ground with your arms here, just for a little added stretch. And let's inhale, lift up. Let's balance here. So let's lift the feet off the floor. And then play with extending out one leg. Keep your chest lifted. Release. Let's play with extending the other leg out. Chest lifted. Worst case scenario, you're going to roll back. For me, that'd be bad because I would go into my fireplace. So keep your chest lifted. And then maybe both legs extend out. Hold on to it. Breathe. Strong core. Good. And then everything softens. Back to the floor. Scoot your feet further away from your body so you have more of a diamond shape. Inhale a breath and then fold forehead towards your feet. Nice and soft. Release down. Big breath carries you up. And then we'll take our feet wide. So dig your heels into the ground. Draw your legs in so your knees start to pop up, because we want to keep that softness in the back of our knees. Work your hands forward and begin to lower down. Now, if you're starting to lower down and you're noticing that your back is rounding behind you and you can't get your pelvis to tip forward, you want that tipping action, then sit on a pillow or a rolled up blanket so you can tilt your pelvis forward and you have a nice curve in your low back. It feels much nicer in your back if you have that curve there. And then just lower to wherever you can go. Maybe it's all the way flat out. Maybe it's bowing your head. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle. Where do you feel the stretch? Go to that place where it's not too much work, where it feels nice, where you feel like, oh, this pose is really doing something for me. That's where you want to be. Big breath and release. Surrender right here into this pose. And then lifting yourself up. Option, take your left leg and curl it in, or take your left leg back behind you. For some, this is a little too much in your knee, so it might feel nicer to bring that leg in front. Okay, so you pick front or back. Then turn, use your fingertips to push into the floor, turn your whole torso over your right leg and walk yourself out. Use your hands to help lift you up, and then we'll switch to the other side. Extend the left leg out, curl either in or behind you. Which sensation feels best in your hips? Fingers on the ground, turn, and then walk out over your leg. Lifting yourself up. Go ahead and take that back leg, scoop it around, and then roll onto your back. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug here. Really pull in. Again, we're in that survival mode. So we want to take time to just nourish ourselves. This is a very simple thing. You could do this every day. Just kind of hug yourself. Let your back flatten onto the floor. Notice how nice it feels to squeeze in. Makes me think of my daughter was saying the other day how much she misses hugging all her friends and hugging people. It's the little things like that that we, perhaps took for granted before. Same, I miss seeing everyone in my classes, telling people hello, giving them hugs, and, all of that. So I know it'll be here again. So while we're in survival mode, there is that sense that this will pass. This too shall pass. And we will be able to high five and hug and go back to being our human selves again soon. Hopefully though with some new awareness. I think that's definitely what will happen. We'll have some more gratitude and some new awareness. Good. Take an easy twist. You can open up your arms. Let your legs fall gently to one side. And then take your knees up and over to the other side. Go ahead and finish with your twists. I'm going to set us up for our Shavasana. So go ahead and lay down onto your back. Close your eyes. And allow me just to lead you through a Shavasana, a guided meditation on our chakras, our energy centers. And if you're not familiar with those, it's fine. Actually, I'm going to explain a lot of that through this brief meditation. Just down just a hair. So lay on your back. Let the rhythm of your breath return just to a normal pace for you. Letting go of thinking about your breath and more just allowing your breath. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. And allow the earth to take all of your body weight. Draw yourself back from where you've been in your day. Draw your energy back home to your body. Ground yourself in this moment, here and now. Sense the space around you. And breathe into that space. Your breath coming and going. Breathe and let the weight of your body relax. Bring your awareness down to the base of your spine, to your root chakra of belonging. Allow yourself to connect, to root down deep into the earth. And invite the color red, the color of the earth. Imagine the color red down at the base of your spine. Red, the color of empowerment. Grounding you to the here and now. And then move your awareness slightly up your belly, just below your navel, to your chakra of emotional intelligence, creativity, movement. Breathe into your chakra, the hara. Let it soften and expand with your breath. Invite in the color orange, the color of the setting sun, allowing this color to balance, empower, and motivate you. And then move your awareness up just a little bit higher underneath your breastbone to your solar plexus, the chakra of personal power. Breathe in, expand your breath, and invite the color yellow, the color of sunshine, the color of restoring and nurturing. Remember how it feels to be out in the sun, the warmth, the light. And then when you're ready, move your awareness a little higher up into your chest, into your heart, the place of self-development, place of love, unconditional love. Breathe into your heart. Feel your heart soften and expand. Invite in a beautiful shade of green, color of spring, color of all the budding leaves. Allow your heart to feel nourished, renewed, healed by the color green. Now move your awareness up into the center of your neck, into your throat, this place of self-expression. And then invite in a beautiful shade of blue, the color of the sky. Bring it into your throat center, clearing and opening, allowing you to say what you need to say, allowing you to speak your truth, express who you really are. Now move your focus up into your forehead, between your eyebrows, into your third eye chakra, this place of wisdom and intuition. See the most beautiful color of indigo, a velvety dark blue, like the night sky, right in the center of your forehead. Allow your breath just to focus right there. Now, in your own time, move the focus to the very top of your head, to your crown, the chakra of oneness. Invite in a beautiful light violet color, the top of your head, this color of harmony. Knowing that you are one with all. Letting that energy of oneness, connectedness, let that energy just float around your entire body. Feel the energy around the whole surface of your body. Take just a moment to be still. Aware that you are breathing. Aware that you are still here and now. And now draw your breath in a little more intentionally. Begin to fill your lungs, fill your belly. Now, of course, you are home, and if you are feeling like you want to stay in your Shavasana a little bit longer, you're absolutely welcome to do so. But I do want to finish out our practice with much gratitude. Again, thank you so much for showing up to all the SunWater classes, for visiting us online, virtually, staying part of our community. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. So let's close our practice, bringing your hands to your heart. If you're still on your back, that's great. If you want to come up and have a seat, that's good too. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all know peace. And may we do something, say something, in some way be part of sharing that peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday night. We'll do something different because, that's me. I like to do something different every time. Thanks so much for joining us.